take a monster.
Hello, my sassy turtles. I hope you're all having a spooky, creepy day. I'm back with another Halloween video because, of course, I had to make as many as possible. And the weather today is perfect for it. It's raining outside, and I look scary. I mean, my hair is like witch's hair, essentially, because it's that frizzy and just messy. But, you know what? Just trying to be in character. If anybody asks, it's not that I just have really, like, frizzy hair. It's that I was trying to stay in character. And, of course, I've got an awesome Halloween shirt again, and some Halloween socks with cats on them, which means I am ready to go. So the first question is, are you superstitious? Yes and no. Even though I know for a fact that superstitions really don't do anything, you know, they don't really cause certain things, whether good or bad, to happen. So, like, obviously I've stepped on so many cracks and my mom has never broken her back. Or I've had a black cat cross my path so many times, and honestly I just walked up to it and pet it because I thought it was cute, and then nothing bad happened. That being said, however, there are certain things that I will just like refuse to do because of how I was raised, because my mom was always like, oh, this is bad luck, like you shouldn't do this. And so, like, even though I don't believe in superstitions, I still kind of like follow those, like, don't do this because it's bad luck, which doesn't exactly make sense. But you know what, it's kind of more of like a force of habit kind of thing that I just kind of grew up doing it, so now I keep doing it. Question number 2. How do you feel about the Ouija boards and the ghost world? Here's the thing. I don't really believe in Ouija boards. There's so many explanations in psychology that show us why those things happen, like why people have experiences with Ouija boards. And as you know, I'm a psych nerd, and if psychology can explain something, then I'm just gonna go with that explanation. That being said, I am terrified by Ouija boards. Like, I've always really wanted to try just to kind of prove to myself that it really doesn't do anything, but at the same time I've been too freaked out to try it because, like, I don't want to do it at my house, because what if an evil spirit does actually come down and start haunting my house because I called it down on a Ouija board? I don't want that to happen, even though I don't think it's gonna happen. I'd rather not take that chance. I don't want to have a ghost living in my house with me. And also, like, there's been so many stories where people would just, like, you know, pass out and wake up like many hours later, and they didn't know what happened between the time they started the whole Ouija board thing and then by the time they woke up. So, you know, it's just, I really want to try it just to prove to myself that it really is something that can be explained by psychology, but at the same time, I'm too freaked out to do it. And to answer your question about the ghost world, I also don't really believe in ghosts at all. I've had many people tell me that they've had, like, paranormal experiences, and I've watched videos about, like, paranormal experiences, and while I do find those stories and videos entertaining, I don't think that the experiences were actually paranormal. I think that most of those things are things that can be, like, easily explained. You know, if I saw a ghost and if I had a paranormal experience, I would be like, yeah, okay, this is real. But, you know, I honestly, right now, I don't really believe in it. So the next question is kind of related to the last one. It is, do you believe in ghosts, and did you ever have a weird / kind of supernatural or something you can't explain happen to you? So, as I said, I don't believe in ghosts. As to whether I've had a supernatural paranormal experience happen to me, I can't say that I would remember anything like that happening, I could be biased because since I don't believe in ghosts in the spirit world, I'm not really gonna, you know, interpret things the same way as someone who does believe in ghosts in the spirit world. So, no, I don't think I've had anything paranormal happen to me. I've had things happen to me that were, like, creepy and unexplainable, but wasn't really a paranormal experience. Like, it didn't feel like there was any sort of presence there. Like, it just felt like one of those things that they just sort of happened. So the next question is a little less serious. It is, what are you dressing up for this Halloween? I was actually going to keep this a secret and show you guys when I was done with the costume, but since somebody's asking, I might as well tell you. I am going to, hopefully, if I finish the costume on time, I'm going to be Harley Quinn. Don't judge me. I know that's probably one of the most popular costumes this year. There's probably going to be 100 drinking games being like, you know, take a shot every time you see Harley Quinn this Halloween. But it's a really cool costume, and I feel really proud of myself that I can DIY it and make it look good. And besides, I love Harley Quinn. She's basically my spirit animal, and even though I can't do the voice, like, we are the same person. Like, I have a friend who literally refers to me as Harley Quinn sometimes. So the next question is also kind of related to the last one. It is, at what age is it not okay to dress up for Halloween? And honestly, I am currently 18, almost 19, and I'm still dressing up for Halloween. And my parents basically have dressed up for the last few Halloweens. So I don't think you're ever too old. You could be like mentally too old. You could be the type of person who's like, oh, like that's such a kid's thing to do. Like, you know, but that doesn't make you cool, okay? We all know that we want to dress up for Halloween. We all know that we want to go trick-or-treating, even though it's not really socially acceptable after you're like 15-ish, maybe even younger, depending on like how old you look. But you know what? It is always okay to dress up for Halloween. Like, I think it's actually really cool when like older people dress up, like when people's grandparents dress up, or like when a whole family dresses up and when like a themed costume type of thing. Like, I saw this really cool one where they were like the people from Willy Wonka, and like one girl had like a blue fat suit, so she was like the blueberry girl. And so it's just really cool. So I think that it's never too late to dress up for Halloween. So this one's another costume question, and it is, what is your favorite costume that you've ever done? Honestly, so far, like not counting this year, I think my favorite one so far has been the deer one, which I actually made a Get Ready With Me video if anybody wants to watch it. But yeah, it was definitely one of the first times that I actually did like full-on makeup. Honestly, in previous years, I would usually just wait until like the last minute, and then I would just put a bunch of different things together, see what it looked like, and then I would be like, yeah, this is what I dressed up as. So like one time I was literally Miss Halloween because I wore like a black tutu, red and black, I think it was either knee-high socks or tights, like a head, like one of those Halloween headbands, and just like a bunch of like Halloween stuff. And so I was just like, oh yeah, I'm like Miss Halloween, whatever. Which is surprising because I actually really love Halloween, and the fact that I used to not put a lot of effort into my costumes is like kind of weird, but it's true. So the next question is, who is your favorite Halloween character? Do you even have to ask this question? Like, anybody who knows me well knows that I freaking love Jack Skellington. Every time I've gone to Disney World, which is twice, I've gone during Halloween. Honestly, Jack Skellington was part of the reason. And the second time I went, the first thing I said when I walked in, I was like, you know what? I need to find myself a stuffed Jack Skellington. And what did I do? I got myself a stuffed Jack Skellington, and he's freaking adorable. And then I also have a Jack Skellington blanket that I sleep with every night, which is like honestly my favorite blanket right now. I also have a cropped purple Jack Skellington shirt, which I might wear in like a future Halloween video just so I could show you guys. I have a Jack Skellington pin on my school bag, and then I have like 2 or 3 pairs of Jack Skellington socks. And I used to have a Jack Skellington phone case. I have a Jack Skellington lanyard, and at this point I think you get the point, and I don't have to list all of the things that I own with Jack Skellington on it, because basically what I'm saying is that I freaking love Jack Skellington, and he is by far my favorite Halloween character. And of course it's Disney, because I love Disney. So the next question is, what do you like about Halloween and why? So there's actually a lot of reasons that I like Halloween. I like that it's in autumn, which is my favorite season. I love pumpkin spice lattes. I love how the leaves on trees change colors and like it looks really pretty. I like how it's kind of chilly, but it's not really, really cold, because I hate the cold, but I also don't really like being too hot. So the fall is like an awesome season for me. I love wearing sweaters. I love curling up with a cup of tea and a book. That's like a big part of it, is that I just love this season so much that you know, Halloween and autumn kind of like end up going together in my head. But then a more specific reason that I like Halloween is just because I like, first of all, dressing up, and second of all, I like kind of creepy, scary, spooky stuff. I like being scared, even though it's really hard to scare me. So I love haunted houses. I love scary movies, at least the ones that are actually scary, not the ones that are just gory and gross. Like, I want to be scared. I don't want to be disgusted. And I think my favorite TV show is probably American Horror Story. So I just kind of like those kinds of things. So that's like the main reasons that I really like Halloween. So the next question is, what is my favorite Halloween memory? And honestly, I think my favorite Halloween was last year because I got to hang out with my best friend and we took my sister trick-or-treating first, which, like, she's the perfect excuse to go trick-or-treating at my age. And it was so nice because a lot of people would like ask me like, hey, do you want candy? Because I would walk up with my sister and they would be like, you know, here you go. So she and I took my sister trick-or-treating, and then we had like a mini photo shoot in our costumes, which again is in the video that I will possibly maybe link here. So it was just an all-around awesome Halloween. I had a lot of fun and it was really chill and I liked my costume, and yeah, that's basically my reasoning. So the last and final question is, what's your biggest fear? And I think this is actually something that I answered either in my 35 Facts About Me video or in one of my other Q&As. So when it comes to emotional things, my biggest fear is being abandoned, which a lot of you guys might have noticed from my abandonment issues caffeine vlogs. And the thing is, it's not even that I'm like scared of being alone. I'm fine with being alone. It's the act of people leaving me that makes me have really bad anxiety. And it's kind of like an irrational fear too, because a lot of times those people are literally just like leaving my house after we hung out. So it's not like they're abandoning me, they're just leaving. So I know for a fact that it's an irrational fear. But the thing about fears is that 90% of the time they are not rational, and even when you can rationalize it, when you can be logical about it, it's still really hard to move past it. And that's actually how I also feel about my physical fear, which is just bugs and insects and spiders and creepy crawlies is how I usually say it, because that's the thing that encompasses all of that. It's so bad. I am so terrified of all bugs that, like, for some reason I have a ladybug infestation in my room. I don't know how it happened or why it happened, but I just have a crap ton of ladybugs in my room. And one time I was doing homework, I was sitting cross-legged on my bed, and this ladybug just like randomly landed on my leg. And I screamed, I brushed it off my leg, and I started crying. I started crying because there was a ladybug on my leg. Okay, so that just lets you know how bad my phobia is. And even though I know that ladybugs are harmless, even though I know that most bugs are harmless, like they might just bite you and it'll like hurt or itch a little bit, I'm still so terrified and I don't know why. And I wish I could get past it. I've been trying to get past it, but I can't. So yeah, that's about it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I sufficiently answered your questions, and if I didn't, always feel free to reach out to me. You can DM me on Instagram or on Twitter, or you can Snapchat me. I will always do my best to answer everyone. Also, as usual, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment down below, comment what you're going to be for Halloween, comment any other questions that you might have for me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!